Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and this is my visit to the War Correspondents Memorial in Gathland State Park in Burkittsville, Maryland. This arch was built to commemorate the Civil War correspondents, and it was built in 1895 to 1896 by a man by the name of George Alfred Townsend, who was a war correspondent during the Civil War. This memorial arch is located in Gathland State Park. It is a free park, so there's no admission, and getting there is relatively easy. Put it in a Google search. It's a little bit off the beaten path, but pretty easy to find. It's hard to miss a giant arch that pops up near the roadway that you're on. You're going to see a lot of historical markers and signs in this video. If you want to read any of them, just pause the video. The man that built this arch, or had this arch built, George Alfred Townsend, who was a war correspondent during the Civil War. The reason why this estate is called Gathland is because that is the pen name he used during the Civil War when he was writing articles. His pen name was Gath or Gath, and it was a combination of his initials, G-A-T, and then he added an H on the end just because he thought that sounded better. During the Civil War, Townsend, he was a reporter for the New York Herald and New York World. After the Civil War, what really gave him a little bit of prominence, the fame, he was the main reporter that covered the assassination of Abraham Lincoln and tracking down John Wilkes Booth. As we cross the road here, if you enjoy this content, hit the like button and subscribe. So like I was saying, from April 17th to May 17th, he was the main reporter that went with the Army to track down John Wilkes Booth. So he was constantly giving updates to people in the newspapers. This area that this is at, I mean, this was right where his estate is here. This was kind of at the heart of the Civil War in Maryland. So you'll see a lot of signs talking about the battles that went on here at South Mountain. So Townsend, he actually became pretty wealthy during his time, just relying on his works and writing books. So he was able to purchase his estate here and live rather comfortably after the war. but he was not too good with his money, and by the time he did die, he was pretty much penniless. This building here is actually a museum. It was closed the day I was there. I visited here on a Monday, April 24th, 2023, but the museum was closed. I'm guessing it's probably open on weekends when traffic is much higher. So as we're walking up the hill here, the Appalachia Trail does cross directly through this property. So if you visit, you'll see a lot of hikers passing by. And right here is the trail. So you'll see here the burial plot and mausoleum that Townsend built. Um, but no one was ever buried here. This burial plot is empty, and as we'll walk up to in a moment to his mausoleum, it's also empty. So, like I said, even though at one point in time he had a considerable amount of wealth, it kind of went away towards later in life. And actually, the arch itself, he started the funding for it, but he couldn't complete it because he ran out of money. And actually, Thomas Edison, J.P. Morgan, and Joseph Pulitzer actually helped fund the completion of the arch. So yeah, as the sign here says, he pretty much ran out of money near the end of his life. And when he died in New York City, he didn't even have enough money to have his body transported back to Maryland. So he's actually buried in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, the camera didn't focus real well there, but we'll regain focus here in a minute so you can see better inside. It is quite empty, but still standing after all these years. Yeah, so here's another section that was supposed to be, burial plots for cemetery, but again, it's all empty. So again, we'll walk back by the museum there that unfortunately was not open the day I was there. And this structure here, I'm not exactly sure what it is either. I believe it was some sort of lodge for guests to stay in back in the day when he owned this estate. I don't believe that building is open to the public. So we look back across the roads here. You can see the arch. There's a picnic area. The day I was here, there was just a kind of a random restaurant set up there that was giving drinks and snacks to hikers that were traveling through. You also see the remains way on the other side over there of a barn. We'll visit over there in a second. See, here's a more recent plaque dedicated to war correspondents that were in Iraq and Afghanistan. Again, here's some more history of the Civil War battles and things that happened in this area. This area is very, very rich in Civil War history. Alright, cross back over the road. You can see the large picnic area there. And here's another historical marker. And here in a minute we'll travel on over to the remains of what I believe was a barn. Barn or a stable, not real sure. Or this may have just been another home on the property. Not real sure. Now that I'm looking at those kind of look like more like doorways and windows there. But you can see they did at least put on there that the structure was built around 1887, and this is all that remains. So we'll begin to wrap the video up here as we'll travel back here and get one more look at the arch again before we leave. Again, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and hit the like button. Hopefully to have some more content out here very soon of some more sites that I saw during my trip into Maryland. So we'll zoom in here on this this last plaque here in front of the arch. And that's about it. So again, thanks for watching.